In my first book of memoirs, titled One Inch from Disaster, there's a particular story in there called Just Fall. This goat that I'm holding, that I was able to harvest, was nearly responsible for me losing my life, and not in a gentle way. I won't go into the whole story, but basically, I had shot this goat from about 175 yards across the side of a very steep cliff on a mountain. Initially, it was on a very flat little tabletop ledge, about probably 12, 14 feet wide. And I had a good resting shot, and I thought, okay, he's going to drop right where I shoot him, and that'll be the end of it, because it's notorious that goats seem to find a way to fall after they're shot. Obviously, the fact that they're in some of the steepest country you're going to ever traverse, that would probably be one reason why. But I lined up on this shot. I had it right in the shoulder where should have shot him, shooting a 7 mil mag, 170 grain bullet, lots of power. I placed a perfect shot. The goat dropped. I watched for a couple of seconds, thinking, "That's it. He's perfect. I can get it. It's still going to be a bit of a challenge to get to him, but I can get to him." And well, that didn't quite work out that way. I watched him for a second or two more, just kind of calming myself down a bit, and then he stood up. And I was shocked, and I thought, I know where I hit him. I know he's hit hard. And I was afraid if I were another shot, thinking that maybe standing up now a little closer to the edge of this drop off, that I might lose him over it. So I was just hoping that he would just maybe stand for a moment and then fall back down, collapse, and be finally dead. Well, he didn't do that. He staggered sideways to the edge of this little tabletop that he was on. And I was pleading to God, no, 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 no. And I didn't plead loud enough or long enough or hard enough. And over he went. And he fell, and he fell. I didn't see how far he fell, because initially where I was at, all I could see is I knew he fell, and I could see maybe the first 15, 20 feet of the drop, and then my angle was such that I couldn't see beyond that. So I was optimistically hopeful that he had only fallen maybe 20, 30 feet, the distance I couldn't see him anymore, and I'd still have some trouble getting him, but I'd be able to get him out of there and relatively undamaged. Well, that didn't work out either. I got to the place where he was at, and that was no mean feat. I had to run across a wet part of the mountain there where I was going across was just sheer, smooth rock, and there was moisture running down, like melt, still running, snow melt, believe it or not, still running down even in September. But that was the only way to get over there that I could see. So I had to start kind of running above where I wanted to end up, because I knew that I was going to be going downhill once I hit that slippery. But I'm hoping my momentum was enough to carry me across. It was only about 18, 20 feet across. And I did get across. And anyway, I won't tell the whole story here, but from there on, it just got worse and worse, to where I really thought that it was over for me. And I managed to retrieve him and get partway back up. I made about 1,500 to 1,700 feet in elevation from where he finally ended up coming to rest. And anyway, that's where the story gets exciting, and hopefully you'll read it. And obviously I didn't die, because I just told you about it. Thanks for taking a moment to listen to this. Take care.